video on the iPhone 13 outdoors. A not so sunny day. It's kind of raining out. It's fantastic coverage. So I wanted to go ahead and start this video off by just vlogging outside. I think I've come to realize that every phone, every camera is going to have super high expectations at the beginning, but then after the hype wears off, that is where reality sets in, and you'll be able to make a choice and decision whether or not you think something is worth something. And as I stand right here now with the iPhone 13, opposed to the iPhone 13 Pro, the iPhone 13 is producing the exact same footage that the 13 Pro did for video. So no difference whatsoever. It's just a matter of personal preference. I guess at this point, or how much money I'd like to spend on these very expensive devices. iPhones require a lot of light in order to get the best footage, is what I've learned. And as I stand indoors now in my kitchen and look at this footage from the iPhone 13's front camera, beautiful, beautiful. So if ever I wanted to vlog in my office, I'm gonna have to get some really bright lights throughout the entire area, because these cameras are way too good to get the inconsistencies that they have just depending on lighting. And I say that because some devices actually have the consistency across the board when it comes to lighting. They're able to adjust and get the same type of footage. So I'm brewing a cup of coffee. You might be able to hear it back there. I don't know if you can, but let's keep this thing going. Coverage, vlogging from the iPhone 13. Now, how about just regular video on the iPhone 13? Regular 1080p 60, how does it do? I think it does obviously fantastic. The lighting, obviously, the phone doesn't have to work that hard because it's not in cinematic mode. But I think just the implementation of the portrait style video on iPhones now is where most people will probably enjoy their videos a little bit more. Getting different subjects, even though we're not shooting movies like Apple sells it to you, we're still able to enjoy some part of the phone that's different than other iPhones. Now, one area that I think needs improvement is the microphones on the iPhones. They don't produce as, for recording video, it's after you, in the playback, when I'm comparing it next to other devices, they're not as loud. And they're, if I'm going to use that footage and I'm not gonna be doing any kind of testing, I'm definitely gonna increase the volume after the video is recorded in post, just so I can get the best quality audio from the device. And I'm not speaking very loud at all in my tone. I'm just speaking at a normal tone. And there's probably a little bit of an echo. I do like that the microphones follow your voice. So if I were recording and I'm walking at different parts of the camera, it's gonna follow my voice around. And I don't know if Apple advertised this or not, but it does it because I had it on a tripod. I had my 13 Pro on a tripod over there. And pretty much where I was at, it was picking up my voice the strongest. Now, if I get really close to the phone, it's obviously going to do better with audio because I'm really close to the microphones. Now, to give you some reference, here's the device in my office, and there's one window behind it. And you look at kind of the highlights of my face and how it kind of blows out some of the areas a little bit. And I think that's just me needing to do more controlling of the lighting. I do have special LEDs I could use. So I could I can control that lighting a little bit by taking away some of the brightness of the light, and then you get some sense of how it is. So my face just doesn't look as natural when compared to other parts with an actual light. So I'm gonna switch on a top light. Now here is the same lighting controlled, and let's move the camera where I'm under the light. And this is how the footage would look. So lighting for the iPhone for portrait style video is just key. It's what it is. I'm gonna move the camera around again. The light is kind of over and under and behind the phone. So if I come closer this way, you can see that the footage has changed a lot. So lighting is key when you want to use the cinematic mode on the iPhone 13 models, because it's just going to be a matter of how can I vlog with this to get the best footage and the most consistent footage. Now, shooting out in the dining area or in the kitchen, the lights out there give a different tone. It's a lot brighter, it's more open, and there's also more lights. And those are also LED lights out there throughout my house. I have LED lights throughout the house. Now, I could possibly change, this is just 2 regular yellow style bulbs for efficiency. Now, if I change those lights to LED lights, we would see a completely different type of tone in this room. But since I can position the camera right here, where the lights are pretty much behind the camera a little bit, I can get some pretty decent footage and a nice vlog in the office. I like this. So throughout this entire video, I've been shooting with the front camera to give the consistency of what it would look like for tones and colors and accuracy. Now here's the rear camera. The rear camera definitely produces footage different than the front camera. But using the front camera, you get a nice big viewfinder. And that's the advantage to a phone like this. The Z Flip 3 has a viewfinder on the outside and the front. So that's the advantage that I talk about a lot for the Z Flip camera. It's just beautiful to have a viewfinder and use the most powerful cameras that the device offers and still be able to see yourself in frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a test with I'm gonna go back to the front camera, but I'm gonna do a test with the Z Flip 3 in portrait video now in this portion of the video, so you can get some sense of what I'm talking about when I talk about quality and consistency. Now, remember the Z Flip 3 has more options for portrait video, but I'll stick to just basic to start off. So here is the Z Flip 3 with portrait video. Now again, the Z Flip 3 has the advantage because it can do different filters, but I'm just using regular portrait video, and I have it set to a level 3. There's different levels. You can change the blurriness of the background. But here is the audio also coming from the Z Flip 3, which I tend to like a little bit better than the iPhone in most situations. But here's just a quick sample of the Z Flip 3's portrait video, standard portrait video. Now I have to show you my favorite filter. Again, another advantage to the Z Flip 3 is that even though it has different filters, I can control the device by doing hand gestures to start the video. So there's a motion to start the video with your hand by putting your hand up like this, and it'll start the video. And I think that's pretty cool. So again, this is in fact my favorite filter that Samsung offers on their portrait style video. Now, the Samsung Z Flip 3 also has Pro Video, where I can adjust the gains of the microphone and do a whole bunch more to give the tones that I want in a video as well. So just a quick sample. Now we'll go back to the iPhone 13 so you can kind of close out this video. Now the f-stop is set to 2.8 at this point right here to take away just a little bit. So as I look at the viewfinder, I just feel like the portrait style video for the iPhone 13s need a little bit more sharpness, in my opinion, compared to portrait style video on these Z Flip devices. But all in all, this is a fantastic set of cameras, and I think you'll be hard pressed to dislike them. It's just that the iPhones, again, need a lot more light because this is their first time doing this. So I think over time, what we're going to notice is that the iPhones are going to get better in this area. Even now, the video is fantastic. I'll give credit where credit is due. And I'm also happy that I went on ahead and switched to the 13 and got rid of the 13 Pros because I just didn't see the value for what I'm doing on this channel, which will be a vlog. So if I want to vlog, I can fire up this device right here, pop it on my tripod, and give you a nice portrait style video. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed another look at the iPhone 13's cinematic mode in particular. See you in the next video. Take care.